The sole purpose of this Reflectors Unite group on Discord is I want to focus on building this community around support, around space, around allowing each other to share the things that we've never been able to share. Because like for me, my story before learning human design as a system and going through like studying it, right? We've all been reflectors since birth. So I want to know like what your story has been like before coming to the system of human design. What it's been like, how have you been navigating your life? And how have you been navigating your life since learning human design and what that looks like for your future? Okay. So I don't want these video calls to be where we just talk about human design information and theory and things like that, mechanics and stuff. Because we can spend all the time in the world talking about that, but you can find all that information on all these different websites, on Instagram constantly, right? And different Facebook groups for reflectors only. So I want this group on Discord, Reflectors Unite, to be a little different. Okay, I want it to be focused on you as an individual, as a human, and I want it to be focused around your story. Okay, what does that look like? What has that looked like in the past, and what does it look like now? You know, and where's your intuition in throughout all of this? I'm sure it's really strong as a reflector, but I'm curious to know all of these things. So that being said, if you have a human design question relevant to your type and your chart, and you are struggling to find information, that's what I want us to use the chat space for, is drop in the little question, type it out, and I'm sure one of us will respond and get back to you with what we feel might help, might be beneficial, okay? But when we do these video calls in the future, I want to focus around you as a human and your story, okay? I'm gonna try my best to come up with different themes and topics for every call that we do. But for the most part, I wanna leave space for all of us to share. Because like for me, and this is where it comes from, for me and my story, so many people didn't understand me and my energy, which I'm sure you can relate to. So many people have always told me what they think I should do. So many people have told me what they think would be best for me. But I've always known like everything they tell me, I would take it with a grain of salt because most of the time it didn't feel right. And I knew typically right away that it wasn't what I wanted to do. And so I want to leave these video calls as space for you to share your struggles, to share your journey, to share what it's been like having to deal with other people as a reflector prior to knowing you were a reflector and where that has led you to today. So that being said, I want to talk about a little metaphor analogy that I feel like we are as reflectors. I was thinking about this morning upon waking up when my brain was still in theta. I had this realization like we are all lighthouses. And the reason I feel this way is primarily because we are so strong and we withstand the tell of time. We can withstand the weather and storms just beating up against us, okay? We're made to withstand these things. We're made to withstand the energy of other people, of the neutrinos, of all these things that, you know, our mind goes, oh my gosh, I can't handle it. I feel this energy, it's freaking me out. I totally get that. And if I didn't go through the things I've gone through to be here today, I probably would not feel this way. I probably would not have thought of this analogy. But in reality, like, I've been through some shit, some crazy ass shit that in reality, if I wasn't a reflector, I probably would have caved. I probably would have given in so much harder to these things and let them define me. I did for a period of time, but I learned a lot of different tools to help me get out of these things, these experiences, these low vibrational seasons that kind of jarred me for moments, you know. And at the end of the day, as a lighthouse is strong no matter what, right? No matter what the weather, they're strong as shit. They're standing right there next to the ocean, right? Most people get cold. Most people feel the wind chill. Most people go, I gotta get out of here. I'm only gonna come to the beach when it's nice and sunny. No, lighthouse is there through thick and thin. They're there every single night with their light at the very top for anyone who's lost out at sea. Okay? And I think this is a beautiful way to look at who you are and what you're capable of, no matter how much you understand about your human design chart or not. Okay? Because I bet you, as a reflector, born as a reflector, still living in this current moment, present day reality as a reflector, you probably understand that you feel very different to the rest of the world. I mean, I can almost guarantee it, because that's how I feel as a reflector. And every reflector I've spoken with in the last year has said the same thing. Okay? So, if anything, don't worry about filling your mind up with so much information. Okay? I did that for the last year. As soon as I learned about the system of human design, I got deep with it. I got really deep with everything. I tried to learn everything I could about my chart. And the reason why I did was because I started getting like really obsessive with just like wanting to make the most sense, right? Our logic mind wants things to make sense for us. And when it doesn't, we kind of freak out and we get frustrated. But this is the beauty of our intuition that kicks in. And it's like, you know what? We're spiritual, emotional beings that don't require buckets and buckets of knowledge to help us operate, because at that point we're just like a computer, we're like a robot. We're going, okay, I have this in my chart, I'm supposed to be like this. No? Okay, that is who I am. You know what I mean? And that's not at all what we're supposed to be, especially as humans in general. Okay, other types included. So I say this in combination with this lighthouse metaphor, is that no matter how much you know about human design, no matter how little you know about your human design, I want you to remember this, is that you're a lighthouse. You're a lighthouse for everybody around you. Everybody you will ever meet, you're a lighthouse. Okay? Because even when you don't feel okay, like I've had countless people tell me, Zach, I just feel so much better when I'm just in your presence. I feel so much more relaxed. I feel more calm. I feel more grounded just when I'm in your aura, just when I'm hanging out with you. Yeah, I might be venting to you and talking to you a lot. Like I find so many people like vent to me, and then I don't even really need to give them advice or feedback because they already feel better, right? We typically feel better when we vent and we get things and thoughts off of our chest and our mind, but like it's much deeper than that. And this, I never really understood. I was always wondering, like, why does it feels like everyone's taking advantage of me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they just want to talk to me and draw close to me because I make them feel better simply by being. But now I realize, after reflecting for some time, like that's just who we are as a reflector. That's our mechanics, that's our body, that's our design, that's our type as a strong lighthouse. Being able to withstand the weather, no matter what that weather is. We can take it. We can take it. Now, the thing is, our mind gets in the way and we start to feel like, well, I can't take it. I can't take it. Okay? But then there's another side of this, and that is that if it's something you truly can't take and your body starts to feel it, like your structure, your design, your body starts to feel this, your structure starts feeling wobbly, not as secure, then that's when you have the beautiful opportunity to get up and leave and change your location, change your environment, right? And that's what they talk about with our type, is like, we're all environment based in the sense of like, if it doesn't feel right, change it. Or if you need to get away from, you need to reset and cleanse your energy, get into nature and put your phone down, put all distractions away, and just go sit by a tree, go sit by a creek, a body of water, go for a hike, one of these things, anything. But just getting away, detaching from the other energies, right? Because Earth, Mother Nature, is so grounding, it's so healing in this regard, in this aspect. All right, so we are lighthouses that can get up and move and change locations. That's how I see this, right? I see the understanding of us being able to be there in darkness every night, on top of the weather hitting us, right? Whether that's energy from other people, or just the neutrinos, the transits, or just the collective consciousness feeling wonky and out of whack, and we feeling all this energy. Like, a lot of times it's really hard to like put a finger on it and say that's this energy. And let's be real, like when we try to pinpoint something like that, that's our logical mind getting in the way, trying to control what we feel just so we can have a better understanding, a better awareness about it, which is perfectly normal because we're human and that's what happens. But we're not meant to be stuck in that place of letting our mind try to control things and like, right? So there's a lot we can do that is in our control to help our mind not do these things and be so controlling and try to be so logical and figuring everything out. But then there's a lot that we can't do in terms of like your path and your story, where you've been, what you've gone through, and where you're heading. And so again, that's what I want these video calls to be about, is you and your journey. If we don't understand how strong we really are amidst all the shit we've gone through in our life, all the weather that's hit us, all the energy that's hit us and just beating us down with, all the darkness we face all the time, if we don't understand that reality, the bigger picture of things, then how can we be that lighthouse with the light illuminating a path for other people?